fathers will understand.
I told you he was an awesome dad.
What's up, dudes? Welcome back to Doodla. I'm Michael.
I'm John.
Thanks for listening, tuning in. John, how the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty good today. How about yourself, sir?
You know, sun's out, snow is gone
Yeah.
now.
For those of you listening, we got about a foot of snow, 5 days ago?
Something like
and
that.
now it's gone, and it's supposed to be 80 tomorrow.
Yeah, the spring in Colorado is if you don't like the weather, go to sleep, wake up tomorrow, and it'll be drastically different.
It's been weird. I thought I was going to get to sled and do the whole thing.
Dude, we haven't played in the snow at all.
I know.
None.
It's been brutal. There was, on that snow day, there was two people. We have a small park near our house, and they were cross-country skiing one loop, just over and over and over again.
Cross-country skiing is not my... I think it'd be fun.
Yeah,
but it's just not my...
I don't think so.
I'd rather go snowshoeing.
It sounds like a workout, and
yeah.
it's fine if you are in somewhere beautiful. But
correct. But around a park,
looping a soccer field 40 times.
It's a hard pass.
Not so much my style.
No, thank you.
I'm a downhill skier myself.
Yeah, if you didn't know, John and his wife jumped out of a helicopter to go skiing a couple weeks ago. Why don't you give us a quick 60-second recap on that?
It was insane. It was to celebrate Viv's 30th birthday. Shout out, Dirty 30, Viv.
Welcome to
You're
the club.
rocking it. Welcome to the club. And the idea was, hey, if we can do it, let's do it. And so, yeah, took ourselves to a tiny little mountain near Telluride, Colorado, and jumped in a helicopter. Took us to the very peak of said mountain. Where we landed was about a 10 by 10 foot square on the very top of a mountain. We all jumped out of the helicopter, strapped in, and away we went. I made it through mostly unscathed, except for my quads were gone, and I did lose a pole. I totally bent it in half.
Well, we're glad that you made it down safely. No one more than my wife and I as the godparents.
Yeah, you would have ended up with a couple extra babies on your hands.
But no, if you haven't learned yet, John and Viv are the cool people of this pod, and my wife and I are the very vanilla suburban folks that will go play golf, and that's an adventurous day.
Yeah, but you'll leave me in the dust on that course, so it's all right.
Okay, fair enough. You got the slopes, I got the course. All right, let's get into it. We had a listener write in about his baby being healthy, his wife being healthy, but him not feeling healthy himself.
Yeah.
From not a physical side, but more of a mental side.
Yeah.
And it's something that we've had a couple people ask us, and I think it's something you and I talked about a lot through those first couple months of how in the world are you mentally okay with all of this, and being you want to be the strong dad, the one that has everything figured out, doesn't necessarily show emotions, but also ends up sacrificing probably a lot more than you think you are going to sacrifice when you become a dad.
Well, it's one of those things. Like you as a new dad or as a new parent, you're walking around, people automatically come up to you and they're like, how's mama doing? How's baby doing?
Yeah.
But I will say I didn't get too many questions. I was like, and how's dada doing?
No, that's so true. We just had 3 friends in the last couple weeks have babies. And I always text, how are mom and baby doing? Because you want to make sure that everybody's healthy. But you don't necessarily think about that.
Yeah. And so this question is so relevant, and so thank you for asking it, because it goes unsaid that I think we all deal with this, especially in those first few months. And it really, the question is like, am I selfish for wanting to be healthy, for wanting to do some things for me? Or is it too early? Is it too soon? So that's really what I want to unpack today with you and pick your brain a little bit about too. Like, how do we handle this? And what advice do we have to give to some new dads that are maybe in the middle of this right now, or, they're a dad to be and they're thinking ahead. What is that, fourth trimester going to feel like for me as dad?
Yeah. And I think the biggest piece of this before we get into it, it's all situational, right? There are some dads who are going to be like, yeah, I'm ready to go at 6 weeks. And there are other dads who are like, no, like we are still in it. Like between you and me, right?
Yeah.
You had twins just out of the NICU at 6 weeks.
Yeah. So it wasn't really my time to say, "Hey, Viv, I'm going to go play 9."
Yeah.
I was in the thick of it. Like, okay, my sleeves were rolled up. I'm changing diapers. I'm doing the food, and sleep is sacrificed, and all of those things because everyone needed it. But you know, that's not everyone's story. 6 weeks is a long time for some couples. They get into a rhythm. They get into a routine. They've got their sitters kind of lined up and their meals and all that. And it's like, 6 weeks might be about the right time for, you know, like in your case, would you say it was about 6 weeks?
I mean, I went back to work at 2, and I was working from home those first 2. But Abigail was on maternity leave, so she was, you know, here.
Mm-hmm.
I went on a bachelor trip at 4 weeks.
Okay.
So,
okay. All right.
So yeah, I think we were safe at 6 weeks.
Yeah,
I mean,
so.
it definitely is harder, and there are things, but you know, we're not talking, you know, hours, right? And that's what we're going to talk about is how do you maximize the time that you can get and you know, talk to your wife and be like, hey, I need 40 minutes. We talked to Jordan. If you haven't listened to that podcast about working out with kids, Jordan said you needed 36 minutes.
Yep.
And,
start to finish.
Yeah. And so that is a very realistic time frame.
Yep.
And even if you don't have 36 minutes, 25 minutes is better than 36. Some mornings I literally get like 15 minutes in. And it's like, well, that is probably the most of my workout I'm going to get today. And you just figure it out.
Or you try to work on that little side hustle project, and the you know, monitor starts going off after you like 20 minutes in. You're like, okay, well, that's as far as I got today.
That's all I got today. And then other days you may have more time than that.
But I think here's one thing that I want to start with is that when you start feeling the tension, I think it's a good sign. Yeah. It's like, okay, I think of it as the engine light coming on, or your oil change light coming on the dash, where you're like, okay, catastrophe is not hit yet, but it's time to go get my oil changed. So if you're feeling this, I want to help reframe your thought process that it might just be time to reassess where you're at, what your routine has looked like, and begin to kind of evaluate, all right, what changes should I be making here? So it's not like I don't think if you're feeling stress and, I don't have time for me, it's not time to hit the panic button yet. It's time to take a step out of your daily routine and evaluate it and say, okay, what actually should I start making some changes here?
Yeah. And I think you're able to see like, okay, we've figured out the dish scenario and, you know, bottles and all of this, and you end up saving time. It doesn't take you as long to do some of those tasks.
Especially when you start using the dishwasher.
Darn right. Listen, I don't know where you're at with the old sanitizing thing. I'm not telling you what to do and what not to do, but man, it is a lot easier when you do not have to super sanitize everything.
Gosh, those Sanity bags where you had to like
I did
fill
it once, man.
Oh, we did.
I did it
all
right
the
at the beginning. We sanitized everything, and then that's all I got.
The soaking tub
we still had that. We had that. That was more of a catch-all, so I didn't have to do it all the time. That was like, let me do it once a day. But you find ways to save yourself some time.
Yeah.
And you're able to kind of get into routine. Hopefully at 6 weeks, 8 weeks, your baby is starting to sleep longer. So you're not doing the up every 3 or 4 hours at night. So you're able to kind of consistently, you know, bank on a certain number of hours.
Sure.
And if you're not there, go to Taking Care of Babies. We've got an affiliate link on the website. Message us, whatever.
Definitely.
The sleep training thing, I'm telling you, it was the best thing that we did. And I was a very anti-sleep training. And I don't even consider this sleep training. It was more so just like
strategies for you as a parent. On
how do you push your baby an extra 15 minutes every night to get them to 12 hours?
It saved us. I mean, man, our twins were sleeping through the night within a month of coming home.
Yep.
And they've been sleeping through the night ever since.
Yeah. Riley was whatever week old she was. That's how many hours she was sleeping through the night. So like at 6 weeks, we were at 6 hours, and we would do a dream feed at like 9. So we really were getting close to a full night of sleep. So you're able to kind of start banking on that. So if you're early on in this, like know that your time, you will be having more time
as
they get older, because literally half of the day they're going to be sleeping. Yep. Like Riley right now, we got put her down at about 6:30 or 7, and she wakes up at 6:30ish in the morning. And so you're guaranteed, not guaranteed, but like, hey, she will probably be in bed until 6:30ish.
Well, it's this idea, right? Like fatherhood does sort of rewrite your routine.
Yeah.
And that routine changes as milestones occur, nap times change. We just went through daylight savings this week, and that's a mess with my bedtime and all that. But like, it's funny. The girls are like pointing outside.
It's light.
It's light. What are you talking? It's not bedtime.
I can't say this yet, but you're psycho. I'm not going to bed yet.
Literally. Yeah. And I see all sorts of funny social media content where it's like people interacting with their toddlers, and their toddlers have no inkling to go to bed at 6 o'clock.
It's the worst.
Feels like 6 to them.
Yeah.
But the truth is fatherhood does rewrite your routine. And so as you figure out that routine, these little pockets of these little windows are going to show up, and it's not going to seem like much at first, or it's not going to feel like you can accomplish a whole lot. But man, after I will say, after having little toddlers, all over you, like I can get a lot done in 20 minutes unobstructed. Like I can get a whole
100%.
workout in 20 minutes.
Whole workout, you can clean half of your house, so then the next night you can do the other in 20 minutes. And you learn to use your time wisely.
So exactly. So the question isn't like, how do I get back to my old routine? It's how do I build a new version that fits into this life?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the question we start to ask ourselves.
Yeah. Have you had any secrets to building your new routine? Or have you seen it you kind of see it evolve, right?
Yeah.
Like baby steps to where your new routine is now.
Yeah. And this question isn't necessarily like, how do I get all the things done? It's more about, how do I do the things that used to give me life?
Yeah.
Because I'm feeling drained. I'm feeling exhausted. And so it's not, how do I be more efficient at cleaning the dishes? Because cleaning the dishes never made me feel, didn't
You're telling
give
me
to my
that's
life.
not what you came on this earth to do?
No, not quite.
Okay.
I'm not great at it, to be honest. Just ask Viv. She's like, how did you load it that way? But anyway, the question is, at least the way I hear it, is how do I do the things that used to really fill my bucket?
Yeah.
And so for me, like I used to love movies.
Yeah.
And I still do love movies. And we used to go to plenty of movies. And back when Viv and I were doing van life, like I went to movies by myself all the time.
Yeah.
She would like hang out in the van, and I would go in and just watch a movie.
Yep.
Madison, we used to watch movies. But that doesn't exist. Since The Girls, I think I've gone to 2 movies in theater.
Sounds about right.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
But so my routine has been picking
And one of them was Wicked, man. Like, let's not.
Dude, I loved Wicked. It was great.
If that says anything about my personalities here.
Wicked was fantastic.
Yeah.
I liked
okay.
the first one more than the second
I
one.
did not watch the second one.
Anyway, I have found that I still was craving that as a thing that gave me life, as a way to chill and relax. And so I just basically decided, one night a week or every other week, I would watch a movie, whether Viv wanted to join or not. I just said, hey, I really want to watch this movie, and we can see it on Peacock or whatever, and I'm going to stay up sometime this week. Just communicate it as far in advance and invite her to be a part of it. But if she didn't want to, which some of these movies, she's like, I have no interest in that.
Yep.
I would just stay up late, and I would just say, like, this night I'm going to stay up a couple extra hours and watch a movie because I know that's going to give me life.
Yep, exactly. And that's what you have to do. Like, whatever is life-giving to you, you may not get an hour a day for it anymore. You may have, like, 2 hours a week to it, and you just have to figure out, okay, I'm not going to get it every day, but how do I maximize that? And I'm the same way. Like, I love watching movies and shows or whatever, and I do that while I clean dishes now, or you throw it on the TV while you're folding laundry, and which
there's a lot
is
of that.
every night. And, so you're able to just kind of like, you may not be sitting vegging and just like snacking on a bowl of popcorn, but you're still, doing something that is getting your mind off of the task.
Yep.
And some of those things you can't go run while you fold laundry.
Yep.
You can't go play golf while you're cleaning the dishes. So if there are things like that, you have to just use your time wisely. I know you've heard that from your mom and your teacher but like honestly, like you figure out what's a priority to you and how you are going to make that work and communicate it to your wife of, hey, in order for me to be the best dad and husband that I can be, I need a little time to just recharge my battery. And that's not selfish.
No, it's not. But what you just mentioned is the key, is that you are expressing what you need to your partner and then letting them like respond with that.
Yep.
And so it's not saying I'm going to go play 9 after work today, figure it out with the kids. It's, honey, I'm feeling drained, and playing around a 9 after work one day next week would really like fill my batteries. Like, what day do you think will work?
Yep.
And having a partnership through it.
And you gotta ask the question the other way too, right? Like you have to be talking to your wife and be like, "Hey, you seem drained. What do you need? Do you need to go up and take a bath for 30 minutes where there's nothing else? Do you need to go on a run? Do you need to go just get outside? Do you need to go get a glass of wine with one of your friends? Do you need to just go to Target with," and this is the dangerous, most terrifying one you can offer.
$50.
But do you need to go to Target without anybody and just go mindlessly wander through the home section? And and that's my wife sometimes. She just needs to go and wander, and we may come home with a new candle, but there are worse things.
At least the house will smell nice.
That's right. That's right.
And they always improve the house.
Yes.
So one thing we have to call out here is you can't just be trying to figure out how to get that old routine back.
Yep.
The question that was brought up in the question that was brought to us this week was, I used to be a big runner. I used to even run marathons. And you've got a runner in your home.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about, I did a little bit of prep for a half marathon. And man, you gotta commit some time.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of time. It's not just go get a workout in. It's like you're running for hours. And so
good luck to all you guys.
It's hard, like that kind of habit, that kind of hobby that is life-giving. I know it is life-giving for so many. It is finding a way to say that's great, but it's not me right now. Yeah. It's not for my routine right now.
Yep. And that's the key. Right now, right? It's not that you're never going to do it again. It's not that you're not going to do it for 20 years. It's just this season of life right now, no. But like when your kid is sleeping through the night, and if that is a priority to you, you can go to bed at 9:00, wake up at 4:30 and go run 2 hours by the time your kid gets up.
Or vice versa. I like running.
Or night owl. Yeah.
I'm always up in the middle of the night.
Yep.
And one thing I'll just say on this topic is I picked up a new hobby, a new thing. I started baking things, baking bread, baking pies,
cinnamon rolls, cookies,
man,
all of it.
Like, and it's not like I'm now a passionate baker, but I somehow now had these like weird hours where I wasn't ready to just crash and go to sleep, because I feel like I'd been doing baby stuff all day. I'm like, I want to do something for me. Yep. And so, I ended up spending a lot of time in the kitchen, which has been a lot of fun. Yeah. But totally new. So I think that's also maybe an encouragement for somebody who's looking for a way to recharge. Maybe look in a new place that you haven't looked before. Yeah,
absolutely. And like we said, it is not a right now thing. Like it's a season of life, right? And it's going to get better.
Yep.
You're going to find ways to have more time, and then you may be able to bring your kids with you to do your hobbies. You may be able to figure out how to tie it in. Yeah, exactly. To have that quality time, be with your wife and do the things that way. You just have to figure out how to, if it is important to you, you're going to figure out a way how to weave it into your life and your new routine.
Yep, absolutely. And you're not like, one more thing I'll just say is like, you're not blowing your whole schedule up. Like, and you're not redefining every piece of your life, my advice is start with like one thing, one anchor where you're like, this, I know this thing. If was part of my world, I would feel a lot of life. If I got to sit down and journal for half an hour, I know it would actually help my life. Or I know if I got a 30-minute run in, or I know if I got to read for an hour, it really would help me. If you find that, just start with one thing.
Yeah.
Before realizing like, oh, I need to carve out so much time for me. It's like, no, let's just pick one pillar to start.
Yep. And find that time and make it a consistent time. Like this is the time where scheduling and being able to do things like that is so important. To where you're able to build that routine. I think kids thrive in routine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not only good for you, but it's also good for your family and for your kid, or kids plural, to have kind of a routine. And you can break the routine, and it's a good thing for a routine to change here and there. And but you're able to find that time, and whether it's 9 to 10 at night, whether it's 5 to 6 in the morning, whether it's your lunch break from 12 to 1, or whatever that time is, make it yours, figure it out, but make sure you are communicating with your wife and making sure that, hey, I'm feeling this way. What do you think? I'm going to give it a go for a little while, and then check in and make sure that, it still works for your family. Mm-hmm. Because you have to be, in order for you to be a good dad, you need to make sure that you are in the right headspace, that you are healthy. Mm-hmm. Because if not, you're going to get burned out really quick, and we don't need any burned out dads.
No, we don't. And honestly, if you're feeling that way, we've gotten some feedback from plenty of dads that are feeling that way, both new dads and dads to be. And so we're launching a small group, a cohort of dads to be and new dads who are right in the thick of it, who are just like, I need help becoming steady, the steady dad, the steady presence that my family can rely on, and I just don't know how to do that. And so we broke it down into a 4-week program where we tackle some of the bigger questions, and it gets tailored to you. So if you're interested in that, we've got the sign up for on our website. Just go to the apply page on our site and fill out that form, and we'll reach out to you.
Yeah, and it's going to be, like John said, it's going to be very tailored to you, and it's going to be a small cohort, so it's going to feel whatever issues you are struggling with, we will make sure to address those.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be a really, I think, powerful thing that will help not only us, but also some other dads out there. And that may be your one thing, right? This is something that, when people ask me about doodla, I love it. It's so much fun. But one of the big things is it's therapy for us. Mm-hmm. We get to talk through our stuff
and
right?
hear what other dads are doing.
Yeah, exactly. And it brings up a good conversation with a bunch of other dads, and then you just have tips here and there, little tidbits that's like, oh, maybe I should try and do that. It's and I think for the first year of your kid's life, you cannot hold yourself to this standard of some of these social media dads out there. No. Because it is hard, man. It is hard. And there are some dads out there that make it look like you've got all the time in the world to do all these different things. And everyone's situation is different, right? Yep. You really may only have 20 minutes a day.
Yeah.
30 minutes a day. How are you going to maximize that? What's going to be life-giving to you? And if you need help with that, let us know.
Yep.
We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to get you in one of those cohorts and find other dads to be a part of that community with you.
I think that's been one of the biggest life-giving experience, not just through Doodla, but just being surrounded by other dads and having some guys that I can just pepper questions to and bounce ideas off of, and just simply say, man, I'm feeling this way. What did you do? Yep. It has been such a, breath of fresh air to not feel like I'm doing it on my own.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and that's, You're not. And I think that's the most important thing of this. Like, it doesn't matter if you're living alone in, the middle of nowhere, Maine, in a giant snowstorm right now. Hit us up. Like, you've got people. You've got people that'll be in your corner. And and even if you're in, like I am, I live 15 minutes from where I grew up with my parents are here, and I've got friends, and you still have that community, but you're able to bounce questions off of people, and also you need that feeling to help you stay sane, that you're not going crazy, and that the feelings that you have are like legit, right? Because you do think like, am I the only one who is thinking this or feeling this way? And you are not, my friend.
You're not. But you're not doing it alone. You're really not. But it does help to be with somebody be surrounded by people that have done it before. They can give you tools. That's what our cohort is all about.
Yep. We'd love to have you join it. Again, go to our website. You'll find it there. We can put a link in the bio of the pod. It'll be all over our social media here coming soon as we're getting ready to fully launch those guys.
Awesome.
All right. As we always do, John, we've got some rapid fire questions.
All right,
for
I'm
you.
ready. Here,
all
hold
right.
on. Let me get you a sip of
Trader Joe's sparkling water.
Brought to you by Trader
thank you,
Joe's.
Trader Joe's. No free ads on this program.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Question number 1. You have become a baker in your new dad life.
Indeed.
What is your most favorite thing to bake, and what do you want to bake right now? Like, what is your goal bake?
Okay, my favorite thing to bake is breakfast biscuits, like super soft, fluffy, buttery biscuits. Heck yeah. Like, that kind of pastry is kind of where I'm going.
Okay.
I like doing that kind of thing. Regular bread has just not been my friend. I haven't made like a very good, soft, yummy loaf of bread. I did give sourdough a try, and that was awful. And what was the other one? What do I want to learn?
What do you want? What's on your board? Your big board?
I want to learn how to make creme brulee. It's not really like, it's a different kind of baking. I want to learn how to do it. I want to get one of those torches. Those like, yeah, I need one of those.
Yeah.
So that sounds really fun.
We do not need to get you one of those. That is a horrible idea. Horrible idea.
And I honestly want to be better at making pie. I have tried making pie too many times, and I just have soggy bottoms, man.
We do not need soggy bottoms. Can't be part of the soggy bottom jeans club, my friend. All right, pie. Well, I look forward to trying some of your pies.
Yeah.
All right, rapid fire question number 2. What do you miss most from your old routine?
I think I miss the ease it would take to go and do something as simple as go on a hike. Like, we used to wake up at like 9:00 on a Sunday or a Saturday and be like, "You want to go for a hike today?" And then be like, "Yeah, I do."
And then door by 9:30.
Yeah, I was like, we're out the door with a cup of coffee in hand, and we're on the hill by 10:00. That's not the case now.
No, it does not work that way.
So like building in, even just going on hikes, I used to love to go on them, outside walks. Now I'm like, all right, can my stroller work? And where's parking going to be like? And is it going to be busy?
Seriously, you start thinking about parking on all this stuff, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
And how much, like, we went up to the mountains last weekend, and it was like one overnight. And our car was packed to the gills.
Dude, it doesn't matter if you are going for one night or 30 nights. You are bringing the exact same thing, just clothes.
2 pack in place, the amount of food. I mean, it was just like, all right, the whole car is full, and we're going to be loading it back up in 12 hours.
Like, what are we doing?
Yep.
It is.
I miss that.
Yes. What is your favorite part of the new routine?
I love waking the girls up from their nap time.
Okay.
That is like the best, because they're now waking up, and they're like gabbing to each other, little gab, and so you know that they're awake before they start like crying and wanting anything. So when I go in to like start their afternoon, they're both standing in their cribs looking at each other like all smiley. So I've loved that time. that's not really related to everything that we're doing, but it is a regular moment.
That's fair.
I typically take the early mornings. So I take wake ups, and then on the weekends, I just like waking them up from their nap. So it's really fun.
Yeah, no, it is fun when you walk in to their crib after they've been.
Their hair is insane.
All over the place, and they just have these like rosy cheeks, and they
Kinda
just have this like
look.
kind of smile, and it is very fun. All right, well, I think
This has been great.
yeah, I think there's a lot of good stuff for dads out there for giving yourself grace. We talk about this every single week, right?
Yeah.
Give yourself grace for everything, especially a new routine, and you can't expect yourself to be back where you were, pre-baby. And you got to give yourself time to get into your new routine and find the small wins in that new routine of, you know what, baby slept an extra hour. So I got an extra hour of sleep, or we are now at the point where I have time in the mornings, or we have time at nights to play a game or work out or watch that show we're 3 seasons behind on, and all of that stuff. And you're able to find these small things, keep building off of that.
Yep.
Look at the positives, build off of that,
And keep your teammate close by.
Communicate, man.
Communicate. Keep that teammate close by, because yes, we are talking about our health, but the best way to protect her health is to make sure you guys are on the same page.
Yep. And she will want to make sure that you are healthy, because then she's going to need the help and was going to want it reciprocated the other way of, hey, I need to go get my nails done.
Yep.
All right. Go for it, dear.
Do it.
You hear that? Go for it, dear.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. Do what you'd like.
Awesome.
That is the most important words.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, honey.
Yes, man.
Yes, dear. All right, John. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Daddy out! Dad!
It's a lot of lights, Dad.
You fathers will understand.
I told you he was an awesome dad.